a swordfish. Read 'em and weep.
Hold it. Just hold it. 3 squid. I win.
Oh, no fair. You cheated.
Oh, no.
You fell off the bottom. I saw you do.
No.
Hey gang, Uncle Todd and Sonny here, and for our second foray into sea monsters and things set at a beach, we're looking at another Sid and Marty Kroft production, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. Although this was more of a 30-minute sitcom for kids as opposed to the adventure segment I reviewed last month. And the creation of the show, legend has it, was that Sid Kroft was watching on the beach and he spied this clump of seaweed that was moving, with the waves, so that he thought it kind of looked like it was a sea creature trying to move. So he scooped it up, took it back to the office, called all the people in, showed them the clump of seaweed, and said, "This is Sigmund, the star of my new show." And yeah, if you remember the show, Sigmund did look like he was kind of made from seaweed. The show starred Johnny Whitaker, very popular actor who was best known for playing Jody on the sitcom Family Affair. The one with Mr. French. We all wanted a Mr. French in our lives, didn't we? Anyway, he was helped by Scott Holden, who they had worked together on Wide World of Disney, or The Wonderful World of Disney, 2-part episodes of the film Mystery in Dracula's Castle, became friends, and because they worked so well together on that, Whitaker recommended him for the show, which he got cast. There's a couple differences between the 2 seasons that ran. One of the main things is the second season had a shorter run of episodes because one of the lamps hanging above the soundstage came loose, fell, started a fire, and they needed to rebuild a couple of sound stages. It took about 5 weeks. And because of that, the actress Mary Wicks, who plays their aunt / guardian throughout the first season, had already taken another role because of the original shooting schedule. So she managed to juggle her schedule a little so that she could film a few scenes, one explaining her disappearance, and then some more when she comes back after her other role was finished. So the first season had 15 episodes, and the second season had 12. Another difference is that the first season had Johnny Whitaker singing songs in every episode. This was from an album he recorded as a tie-in. But because the first single was going to be Friends and not Sigmund the Sea Monster, the title song for the show in the first season was Friends, and then the second season it was Sigmund the Sea Monster. The show starts out with the title sequence showing why Sigmund got kicked out from his family.
Sigmund, you're a rotten sea monster.
Sigmund, you're through.
Scram! Get out of here.
Apparently he's just not good at scaring humans. Well, Then, while Whitaker sings the title song, we get their hilariously slapsticky meeting.
You find that special someone you never expected to.
A lot of that happens there. They carry him home on their surfboard and sneak him past Aunt Zelda to their clubhouse.
This sure looks like a fun cave.
Hey, Scott, better fill this so Sigmund can have it for dunking. Oh, hey, by the way, Sigmund, how long can you sea monsters stay out of the water?
Oh, for days. We're the modern kind, you know. Drip dry.
Yeah, Sigmund does that a lot. He'll make a joke and then laugh at it. Well, they don't have a lot of time to get to know Sigmund right now because Zelda has called them in. But Sigmund does make a new friend, or several of them, actually.
Weird. That's all. Just... Oh. Hi. How do you fellows like it here?
Well, we'll get back to Sigmund in a minute. Next, we gotta go back to the family cave where we get to meet his two dim-witted brothers fighting over a card game, and their father, Big Daddy, who some of you older types from my generation might recognize the personality he's been based on.
Hold it, you dingbats. Now,
What would you do that for?
let's have a little peace and quiet around here.
That's right. He's a spoof of Archie Bunker. Right down to the insults like dingbat. Only without that problematic bigotry that was a hallmark of the show. Kid show after all, so the only thing they don't like are humans, because they're sea monsters. Anyway, they sit down to watch some television when they get a phone call with some very distressing news.
Sorry, Uncle Siggy, but Sigmund just ran out to terrify a few humans. Always in there, scare. You know, you'd be proud of him. Well, I'll tell him you called, and you'll tell him yourself. You're going to drop by the cave in an hour.
Well, they're in a pickle now. Uncle Siggy's rich, and if he finds out that Sigmund ran away, he may disinherit them. Oh, they're going to need some thinking on this. Well, Sweet Mama's coming back soon. Maybe we can see what you'll have to say. See if you can guess who she might be based around.
Hello, everybody. We're home. Hi. Fruits just had a lovely walk. Good boy, Mama's little angel.
Phyllis Diller. The look and the laugh. And how could you not love a barking lobster puppet? Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, they inform her of the aforementioned visit. And they want to know it's very familiar, they ask, what are we going to do? And Sweet Mama doesn't mince words.
What are we gonna do? You mean what are you gonna do? You boobs drove my little angel Sigmund away. So now you better get him back before Uncle Siggy gets here, or heads will roll.
Told you, she does not mince words. So, Sigmund's older brothers, Slurp and Blurp. Oh, the family name is Ooze. So, they are dispatched to find him and bring him back so they can keep in Uncle Siggy's good graces. Meanwhile, Johnny and Scotty learn from Zelda that they're going to have a guest of their own.
Guess who's joining us for dinner tonight? That handsome, ever-loving Sheriff Bevins.
Sheriff Bevins? Here tonight?
Yes. And so remember, boys, now this is an all-points bulletin. Nothing, absolutely nothing better go wrong tonight. Do you read me?
complications are going to ensue, I assume. Oh, Sigmund went into the house, and Johnny and Scotty see him, and they get him out of sight quickly. He was a little lonely. Well, they understand, but he can't just be walking around, you know. People might see him, and that would be bad. So they take him back to the clubhouse, and unfortunately, they are not as clandestine as they had hoped.
Come on, Sigmund.
No, I don't want to go. I'd rather not.
Well, you're going to.
Bad timing. Well, they misconstrue what's going on and wobble back to the cave and tell Big Daddy that Sigmund's been captured by two weird-looking humans. He's locked up. Well, they can't mount a rescue at this point. Siggy's almost here. Slurp, you were going to be Sigmund. I don't think this is going to go well.
Are you Blurp or Slurp?
Oh, I'm Blurp.
And I'm Slurp.
Eh?
I mean, I'm Sigmund.
Yes, Slurp is out.
That's right. That's where I am. I mean, he is. I mean, Sigmund is. I mean,
Come to think of it, it lasted a little longer than I thought their scheme would, but they are, of course, having to tell somewhat of the truth.
What's going on here? Where's my favorite nephew? Trot him out, you hear?
Well, I wish we could, Uncle. But, well, to tell the truth, Sigmund's run away from home.
What?
Well, Uncle Siggy's not too happy with this news. He doesn't believe sea monsters ever run away from home, but he lays down the law to the oozes.
Of all of you lying to me, your great uncle, your rich great uncle. Well, you better get Sigmund back in a hurry, or I'll cut you out of my will without a tadpole.
Ooh, not even a tadpole. Oof. Well, Slurp and Blurp are dispatched to rescue Sigmund from the humans. And back at the house, after enjoying the quick tour of the sheriff's new squad car, they're all enjoying their dinner. And Sigmund, spotting his brothers approaching, goes in to warn them while the boys are trying to get some food together for him.
Well, they usually eat like birds. You boys find another stomach someplace?
Oh, this is just marvelous, Sally.
Glad you like it.
Anyways, the boys excuse themselves to go see what Sigmund wants. And we learn that the Zelda's cooking isn't the only thing the sheriff is interested in.
Delicious. Oh. Well, now, how about that? A little after-dinner concert.
Not exactly. It's a new album I bought. Music to wash dishes by.
I like that joke. Music to wash dishes by. But, yeah, I like the kind of somewhat romance between Zelda and the sheriff there, where he's a little forward and she's a little push back. Anyway, Sigmund informs John and Scott about his brothers being there, and as they go out to deal with it, we get a very slapstick chase.
It's the rat.
Come on, Sigmund. Hurry, hurry.
Oh, there they are.
I gotta admit, I am impressed with those pratfalls those guys did in those costumes. That's got to be pretty difficult, considering see how difficult it is for them to move around. You're losing your towel. Anyway, after getting through the fence, they've lost them, but discovered something else.
Look at those cute eyes. And how about those nice round legs?
Hey, you're right. You're right. Hi, you beautiful. How about a day?
Yeah.
Yes. Slurp and Blurp have confused the squad car with a female monster. And, well, Sigmund and the boys are hiding in the cruiser. And the amorousness of the two monsters gives Johnny an idea.
Now we got her mad.
Oh, yeah, she's giving us the evil eye.
Oh, please, lady. We didn't mean it.
Convinced they've upset this delicate lady, the brothers run off. And when Zelda and the sheriff come out to see what's going on, Johnny's a quick thinker.
You see, we saw these two prowlers.
Prowlers? Yeah, prowlers, that's what they were.
And you boys turn on the lights and the siren to scare them off. Well, that's brilliant.
What's the world coming to? Anybody trying to steal a sheriff's car?
And they'd have gotten away with it too, Zelda, if these two brave boys hadn't chased them off.
Well, after he tells them not to be modest here, they did a great thing. Sheriff's got to go. And now Scott and Johnny are going to get Sigmund back to the clubhouse, and we get a bit of a heartwarming scene here.
Come on, get you back to the hideout.
Oh, you mean I can stay? You're letting me stay? After all the trouble I almost got you in?
Of course you could stay.
And now we get Johnny Whitaker singing the Sigmund the Sea Monster song. In between it, there's clips of other fun stuff Sigmund will get into, and a last bit from the Ooze family.
No, Uncle Siggy. Sigmund's not back yet, but don't worry. Next time you're in town, we'll have him for you. Bye. I'll get you for this, you dingbat. Letting Sigmund get away.
It was a cute show. A perfect kids style sitcom. The ending there with the Ooze family became one of the reoccurring motifs of the show, where there would be different schemes to get Sigmund back, and the Ooze brothers would usually screw up somehow, or the brothers, Scott and Johnny, would outwit them. There were also recurring characters. The sheriff was a recurring character as he continued his belated romance with Zelda. Rip Taylor, who was a friend of the Krofts, would play a reoccurring character on the Sheldon the Sea Genie, who would pop up occasionally. He enjoyed it so much that they also cast him in the Brady Bunch Variety Hour and in Pryor's Place. And they also had other monsters that would appear, cavemen, Frankenstein, a werewolf, and all kinds of those kind of hijinks would play out with a laugh track. Back in the 70s, a lot of Saturday shows were basically kids sitcoms. Another one that comes to mind is Big John, Little John, in which a grade school teacher on a trip, I think it was through the Everglades, came upon the Fountain of Youth, not realizing it, took a drink, and then periodically he would revert back to his 8-year-old self or 10-year-old self, I can't remember which, and so he would play his own nephew. And of course, these changes back and forth between adult and child would always happen at the most inopportune times, and he'd have to come up with some crazy explanations of why one disappeared and the other appeared. One I remember was he ended up having to get 2 flu shots. Anyway, this one, it was pretty good. Scott and Johnny, they have a good chemistry together, and sure, the jokes are kind of childish, you could say, but I enjoyed it for what it is, and it was a fun show that I loved back as a kid. And one of the funnier aspects of it is that because of the costumes, the actor that did the voice of Big Daddy actually acted as Sweet Mama in the costume, and the actress who voiced Sweet Mama acted as Big Daddy in the costume. Oh, the magic of Hollywood. But yeah, it's a fun show. I love the slapstick of the two brothers, the constant tripping, and the bit of suspense that you get with will they be discovered or not. But yeah, a fun show, and one I think even kids today would like. Maybe not be big on the songs, but they were perfect for the time. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Easy, fellas. I think I'm getting land sick.